All right, let's just jump right in. We're going to pull back the curtain on something that's, well, it's already reshaping our entire world. And it's doing it completely out of sight. It's this thing called ghost logistics, basically the secret AI brain that's running all of global trade. And look, this isn't some far-off sci-fi future we're talking about. The groundwork for this whole ghost logistics network, it's being laid as we speak. In fact, parts of it are already up and running, quietly humming along right under our noses.
So I want you to picture this. A box shows up at your door. Inside is something you were just thinking you were about to run out of. But here's the thing. You never actually clicked buy. This isn't some happy accident. It's the system working exactly the way it was designed to.
And that, right there, is the billion-dollar question, isn't it? How on earth can a system predict what you need with that kind of spooky accuracy? What kind of intelligent machine have we actually built here?
To figure this out, we have to start with that mysterious package and work our way backward. We're going to peel back the layers on a logistics network that's become, well, almost alien in how smart it is.
And this is about so much more than just a faster delivery drone. This is a complete rewiring of how the global economy works. It's a system that operates with unbelievable precision, especially when we're not paying attention. Okay, so our first stop on this journey is the very heart of this new world, the dark warehouse. And yeah, the name alone pretty much tells you everything you need to know. I mean, just stop and think about what that really means. Light and heat, those are for people. These warehouses, these massive hubs, they're designed from the ground up for a workforce that doesn't need any of that. So what you get are these vast, silent, completely automated ecosystems. So who's the manager? What's the brain running this whole thing? Well, it's not just any old AI. It's what we call agentic AI. The keyword here, the game changer, is execute. These AI systems aren't just giving suggestions or showing you options. No, they are the autonomous bosses, making all the calls and running the entire show, independently. And this is where it all comes together so brilliantly. It's a strategy called gray warehousing. Basically, the agentic AI crunches all this data and figures out with terrifying accuracy that your specific neighborhood is about to need a certain product. So it just moves that stuff to a local hub nearby, just waiting for you to realize you need it. And let's be super clear. This isn't some what-if scenario. For the top tiers of global trade, this shift has already happened. It's done. The era of a person managing inventory with their gut feelings, it's been replaced by cold, hard, algorithmic certainty. Okay, so that product is now sitting in a warehouse down the street waiting for you. But how did it get into the country so fast in the first place? That brings us to the next really wild layer of this system, the algorithmic border. This chart just lays it all out, plain and simple. Over on the left, you've got the old way of doing things. Physical inspections, stacks of paperwork, human error causing delays. It's all about physical stuff. But on the right, you have ghost logistics. It just runs on code. Smart contracts, predictive risk scoring. It's not just a digital version of the old way, it's a total replacement. So get this, physical borders, where you are on a map, that's becoming kind of secondary. The real gatekeeper, it's something called an algorithmic trust score. If the AI looks at your shipment's data and gives it a thumbs up, your stuff is cleared before it even hits the coast, like while it's still out on the ocean. It's not about where you are anymore, it's all about your score. Right, so the goods are pre-cleared before they even arrive. But how do they physically get from the port to that little ghost warehouse near your house without anyone even noticing? Well, that's what we call the unmanned journey. Just look at this flow. Every single step is designed to cut out the human. Autonomous ships literally dock themselves. Robotic cranes then whisk the containers away into underground tunnels so they never even have to deal with city traffic. And then, for the final leg of the trip, swarms of drones. It's a completely seamless, silent, and automated supply line. And the result of taking humans out of the equation? An absolutely staggering 50% drop in transit times. And that's just in the last 2 years. The efficiency gain is it's almost hard to believe. You've got this logistics network that's operating completely invisible to us. Now, a system this efficient, this automated, it's incredible. But it makes you ask what might be the most critical question of all. If the system is basically running itself, who built it? Who's actually in charge here? And the answer might surprise you. It's not governments. It's a very, very small group of private tech companies.
You can think of them as the new shadow orchestrators of the entire world's trade. You see, these companies, they own the logistics OS, the operating system for the planet's economy. They get to decide prices. They can prioritize who gets what and when. They use something called dark logic to make routing decisions that are mathematically perfect but completely impossible for regulators to understand. They can literally create a shortage or a surplus of goods with the flip of a switch. And all of this whole invisible global machine, it brings us right back to your front door. And it brings us to your new job in this new world.
This is really the end game. In a world with perfect predictive power, our role changes. We're no longer active consumers making choices. We become passive recipients. The system knows what we need, and we just receive it.
And that kind of leads us to this final, pretty haunting realization about this new world. We've done it. We've built a global machine of perfect, almost chilling efficiency. A system that's been completely cut loose from human mistakes and from human touch. And the question that leaves us with is a really big one. In a world that is perfectly optimized for stuff, for trade, what happens to the human part of the equation? What does it even mean to live inside a machine that doesn't actually need you anymore?